What up, guys? It's another Adonis review today. Today I thought I'd bring up an oldie, but still a goodie, and that is Assassin's Creed Odyssey for the year of 2022. So if you've been thinking lately, should I play Assassin's Creed Odyssey? Is it for me? Maybe you love Valhalla, and maybe you want to try something else. I know for myself, I went kind of backwards, and I 100% went backwards. I played Valhalla. Someone told me it was like The Witcher, mixed with I don't know the show Vikings or something. Needed a Witcher fix. So I was like, man, I missed The Witcher. I'll give it a try, whatever. And the trailer had me. The trailer for Valhalla was sick as fuck. So I was like, you know what? I'll give it a try, whatever. It was on sale. Why not? And I loved it. Really was just like, a current Witcher 3, but with slightly better graphics and whatnot.
Guess this is the vineyard.
I played it and I'm like, oh, this is great. Like, it's a bummer. It's a bummer that I'm going to have to end this game. I put like 150 hours into it. I was like, maybe Odyssey. I love Greek mythology because, I'd say Greek mythology, Viking mythology, and Egyptian mythology truly kind of are my favorite, mythos when it comes to, it, mythologies. And Greek mythology is always my favorite, above all. I wish God of War kind of started with Vikings, and nowadays we're doing Greek mythology for the new best graphic version of it because that'd be sick as fuck. But maybe again, maybe they'll remaster it or remake it, and we'll get that. But anywho, so if you've been thinking of what so if you played Valhalla, maybe you're like, I need a Odyssey, Assassin's Creed fix, and maybe Odyssey is the way to go, and you love Greek mythology, and is it worth it? It's a few years old now. Maybe you don't like playing old games. First off, going into the graphics of it, right? I've kind of realized the past few months, when I look at games and I look at quality of games and how they look today, any game made after 2017 is pretty much going to have the same graphics you have today, with just graphics today being truly smooth around the edges to a fine point. While game 2017 might have kind of a little bit more choppier graphics a little bit, but the graphic quality is still going to be there. I mean, if you look at Star Wars Battlefront 2, that came out I think 2017, maybe 2018, and the graphics are top tier, probably the best graphics I've seen, in games to this date. So the fact that this game came out in 2018 doesn't change it. I mean, if you can see here, the graphics are amazing. They're fantastic. And here's the cool thing, especially if you've been thinking about, maybe getting Assassin's Creed Odyssey and graphics have held you back for whatever reason. It's funny because I remember I was messing around with my TV settings trying to get it to look, the best it could look when I was playing it. And I just messed with it, and then like the next day I was like playing Odyssey. I was like, man, this looks fantastic. Like I truly adjusted my TV to perfection. And then a few days later, I saw like a news update that showed that Assassin's Creed Odyssey just released like a free update where they like allowed I don't know 4K textures or whatever. Like or maybe it was like they changed it to 60 frames per second or whatever. They upgraded the frames per second so everything was smoother for free for everybody. And I'm sitting there thinking, oh, look at me! I'm the master of adjusting my TV. It looks amazing. But in reality, it was just a free update that they had about it. But so anyway, so the point is that if you want to play this game, and you're upset, you're worried about the graphics not being as good. The graphics got that update, just a few months ago in 2021. So you truly will be playing with advanced graphics than, if you played it in the day. So even if you played it back 2018, it might be worth retreading, just for those new updated graphics. So it looks fantastic. It really, the frames per second really do increase the smoothness to a point where it's almost like a brand new game. It looks beautiful. So it's gorgeous. So the graphics shouldn't be any fault for you. And the story is just fantastic. Like I said, this is considered one of the biggest maps in any Assassin's Creed game ever made. is gigantic. I mean, if you look at this real quick, I'm on the small island right here that I'm wandering around, and then there's all this. It's kind of the mainland, but there's also this huge portion over here of all these other islands, which are kind of have their own stories and plots and kind of main little story threads that kind of go on each one of them. There's the island of Lesbos here. I don't know if you know this, but Lesbos is actually a real life island in Greek, which is, where they obviously came up with the term lesbian for women. That's a fun fact if you didn't know that. So yeah, so map's gigantic, story's phenomenal. The DLC is fantastic. The DLC, just one of the DLCs takes you through. It takes you through. It's called the Fate of Atlantis. So I was kind of hesitant to get two because I was like, how much do I care about Atlantis when it comes to Greek mythology? But Atlantis is actually just the third area you go to. But it starts off with you being in Elysium, which is like a legendary Greek mythology place for like a beautiful place after death. So the first DLC or part takes you in, or part one takes you in Elysium. Second part takes you into the underworld, so you go to Hades and whatnot, and with the Hades being the main bad guy. And then the third part has Atlantis, where you Poseidon and all that good stuff. So, and then there's also the second, the Fate of the Blade, which kind of has like a little DLC where you fall in love and kind of creates like an alternate timeline of sorts where you do it. But so, anyways, easily, 120 hours of good quality gameplay with fantastic decision making and true plots and beautiful map size, great quality graphics. It kind of just has it all. I do say this probably, I'd say this game takes number one, the best Assassin's Creed game I've ever played. And, mind you, I've only played Black Flag, Valhalla, this, and I played Origins after this. Um, yeah, but but I thought, I played Valhalla that that was going to take the cake. Like no one's going to be Eivor and his his character. It was truly the most exciting character I've had, and it turns out that's not true. It turns out I love this one. I played as Alexios. I played as Cassandra now. But I played Alexios in the first place, and I loved his character, his story. Watching him and how he deals with things, it's fantastic. The story plot is complicated, and it's him and his bloodline, his lineage, and how it ties to the Order of Assassins, and eliminate Greek hierarchy, and traditional Assassin's Creed type stuff. Um, but and all be all, if you're thinking, okay, this game is 4 years old now. Do I want to play a 4-year-old game? Is it worth it? I like Valhalla, but this game's old. Like I said, graphics are up to date, great stories, great. The maps are the biggest ever been. This is just one map right here. Just a small piece of it. The side missions and everything are great. There's so much character development and great little side stories and everything. The DLC is fantastic, and because this game's old, it's been on sale, thousands of times. So what that means is that getting this for full price, you'd be a fool to pay full price for it nowadays. But I'd say if you can get you could probably easily get this whole game with all the DLC easily for $30. I think the best I've seen is maybe 15, $20 for the full thing, and it goes on sale all the time. I'd say, easily, 2/3 of the year it's on sale where you can get it for at least $20. So if you can get the full game with all DLC, I'd say for $30 at most would be the most reasonable, best deal you should really spend on it. But but you can easily, like I said, maybe get the full game for $20 if if you can just get the normal game for just $10. That's also a killer deal too. So it's definitely worth doing. So if you want to play this game for 2022, I would definitely do it. And also, I guess another fun fact, I don't think they're gonna have much new when it comes to more updates like they kind of did with Valhalla, and they have the new Dawn of Ragnarok coming, which is gonna be awesome. And who knows how many more DLCs they're gonna add for Valhalla. I don't believe they'll really have that much more for this, so we'll be kind of a one pump chump if you do get it now. But with that being said, they also did have the most recent update, just only like a month ago, and it might have been to kind of support the Valhalla, uh, Dawn of Ragnarok. I'm not positive, but basically they released a brand new I don't know, kind of like I would call it like a side mission, but it was a brand new map that you could play with Valhalla and a brand new map in Odyssey, and they're completely different maps that are specific for each game, brand new, and and uh, and it gives you a brand new self-contained story that kind of ties itself. It ties the main person here, which for the male, let's say Alexios from Odyssey, where he meets Eivor in Valhalla. So I won't go too much into it, but they unite and meet each other, and they work together in this little contained side story. And this brand new, came out like within the past 2 months. So they are still showing updates with it, so it's not completely been forgotten. Would they keep doing that? I'm not sure. But the whole point is they've done that just as of late. So this game, if you're thinking of getting it, I would get it. Like I said, it's one of the best games. If you like The Witcher, you like open world games, you like Viking mythology, Greek mythology. I really like this game. I think they did a great job, and I think it's worth it. So I hope they help make your decision if you're on the fence of buying it and want to know if it's truly worth it. Beyond that, I hope you guys have a good one.